A warm welcome to Milesight's 5G product webinar today. I'm Iris, your speaker for today's session. A gentle reminder before we start, please ensure you have turned on the volume of your mobile phone or laptop to be able to hear my voice clearly. On top of that, the slides and recording of this webinar will be available to you after the session. Without further ado, let's head start on today's contents. First of all, a quick glance at our contents. First, we would start with our company introduction, and second, heading to a quick review of the 5G developments. Third, to guide you through our 5G products and 5G solutions. Last but not least, to sum up today's session with a final conclusion in our Q&A session. Heading up to the first part of today's webinar, introducing you to get to know more about Milesight IoT. Milesight IoT is a fast-growing and innovation-driven technology company with our focus on 5G, AI, IoT, and LoRaWAN. With our advanced IoT insights, we are committed to drive next-level technology innovations and enhance business efficiencies. Milesight has ventured and sold over 120 countries all over the world. Along, Milesight has been a long-term trusted partner for massively growing IoT businesses since the past decade. Milesight has cooperated with Huawei, Milesight's friendly strategic partner, and participated in the PT Expo China 2021 to showcase its 5G suite at Beijing's National Convention Center. This means that we have successfully completed the compatibility test and obtained Huawei's compatible certification and the right to use the logo. Moreover, the display at the booth also shows Huawei's affirmation and recognition of our quality and stability. In collaboration with these global partners, Milesight IoT is committed to build open ecosystems and generate inspirations and to embrace challenges together. Next up to the second part, we are going to talk about the network developments, especially from 1G to 5G. Recalling back to decades ago, the first generation mobile communication network made basic analog voice call services available from the 1980s. Then the first ever wireless digital transmission came up with 2G, enabling basic multimedia services. Proceeding, 3G introduced mobile streaming and mobile phones developing into smartphones. While 4G enabled a faster mobile broadband and enriched services with a much higher speed. And over the recent years, 5G evolved and delivers ultra-fast internet and multimedia experience. 5G brings out benefits and growth along with its cellular network developments, and in the next slide, we're going to look deeper into that. First of all, it provides capability for massive connections for machine-type communications and increases system capacity. Then, it enhances mobile broadband with its high-speed connection. Last but not least, reducing latency to be able to provide ultra-reliable, low-latency communications in the global world. To mention, 5G has up to 10 gigabits per second data rate and has 10 to 100 times speed improvement over typical 4G and 4.5G. And next up, we're going to take a look at the market potential and insights of the 5G network. According to the CSS 5G Insights Forecast Report from 2018 to 2025, 5G develops rapidly from 2020 onwards. As networks they are rolled out and smartphones that support 5G proliferate. As you can see from this graph below, 5G connections are estimated to reach 2.7 billion in 2025, and it's building quickly from 2020 onwards. In 2025, it's expected that 21% of all worldwide cellular connections, such as M2M, they will be using 5G. After browsing on the Insight Forecast Report, let's jump on the market forecast and drivers of 5G. 5G's development is estimated to grow at a CAGR of 65% for 2021 to 2026. Moreover, the growing amount of investments in 5G reflects that we have a need of a better cellular network. And therefore, we are able to conclude that the global market has a rising adoption of IoT and requirements for better digital ecosystems. And this will contribute to the growth of 5G cellular networks industry. So next up in the third part, I'm going to tell you more about 5G's products and of course Milesight's 5G solutions. We have provided solutions for various different applications too. So in this part, let's take a look at the products and solutions for it. As shown on this page, these are our 5G product series timeline for today. Starting from the left to the right. First up, presenting our UR75 industrial router. Then it's our UF51 5G CPE. To mention, do you know what is CPE? Actually, it's a kind of wireless network providing router. Then the third one is of a relative smaller size. It's our UF31 5G dongle for your wired and bundled usage. Lastly, featuring Milesight's 5G AIoT IP camera. Next up, I'm going to talk to you about some market demands of industrial routers. As we know that with the furtherance of technology, it contributes to the arising demands for us to have high-speed internet connectivity for industrial users. And there is a growing need of reliable and secure transfer of industrial data. This augments the demand and growth of industrial routers. There is an exponential rise in adoption of IoT devices. It's one of the factors that drives the demands for industrial connectivity. And with these industrial routers deployed, it is able to facilitate seamless connection for the industrial supply chains like machines, equipment, and more. By having the capability of accessing real-time data, controls, decisions, and more, this means that businesses they will be empowered to optimize the working process and the overall productivity. And next up, I'm going to show you about Milesight's very own 5G industrial router. Presented on the left-hand side is the product, our UR75 5G industrial router, providing network connectivity for all your critical infrastructures and applications. It is equipped with an excellent quad-core CPU and edge intelligence computing platforms for your secondary developments. This industrial router has a peak speed of up to 1.733 gigabits per second. It is able to provide you with ultra-fast network access. It is of an industrial quality standard for you to use for your industrial uses. Having a wide operating temperature range and reliable protection, failovers, and certifications means that it is suited for industrial usage. In order to connect with your industrial devices, not to worry, this device has rich ports and interfaces suited for your corresponding machines. Last but not least, the management of this router is easily accessible with Milesight's very own device hub to achieve this quick device management. And we've seen the highlights and features of these products. Next up, on the applications of this industrial router. Shown on the top right-hand side of this slide, the UR75 5G is applicable for both public, industrials, and many other users. It is able to bring connectivity across various scenarios. First up, for the public applications. As we know that there are devices that require high-speed connections, such as for banks, shopping malls, and many more. Some might have ATM machines, IPCs, and various terminal devices. And then, it could be used for industrial automations as it's equipped with serial ports for these PLCs, RTUs, and you could be able to send data over to the application server and then to the remote data center. After talking about this industrial router, such as the UR75 5G, what about some wireless usage? As for wireless usage, the CPE is especially suited for customer premise equipment. So in this part, I'm going to tell you more about the market demands of CPE. So CPE basically consists of like any telephone apparatus, like our computer, mobile devices, and more. And now why CPE? The reason behind is that there is a need to enhance signals, increasing larger range of network coverage, and to access high-speed and stable 5G wirelessly. Without hesitation, our 5G CPE is the ultimate choice for you to enhance signal coverage for both business or outdoor users. And next up, presenting our UF51 5G CPE. It is capable of accelerating your network of devices in a variety of devices, or regardless of environments. Not to worry, it's of a definitely high-performance CPU, and it has 4x4 MIMO, which is multiple input and multiple output, for its Wi-Fi and cellular antennas to be able to support massive number of connections with its ultra-low latency. A highlight to mention, this 5G CPE is reliable, equipped with industrial-grade characteristics. As you can see from the small bubble here, it has IP67 ingress protection level. This means that it's applicable for both indoor or outdoor users to secure your network transmissions. As shown by the illustrated installations at the right bottom corner, so simply install it in regardless of places. Put it on walls, mount it on outdoor poles, or even place it in your business environment. So it fits for both interiors or exteriors anywhere you like to with its sleek and aesthetic design. After showing its highlights, what about the 5G CPE's applications? So other than its typical consumer electronics for PC, mobile phones, it could be used for also industrial purposes. For example, to provide robotic arms, machines, and more with its rapid 5G connectivity. And you could connect via the serial ports or by connecting via the industrial PLCs. Device settings are also manageable via our Milesight IoT cloud for you to have remote or centralized management. A tip is that our 5G CPE is not only limited by wired access. It could be placed in factories, to business environments, to outdoor scenes. Do venture out of the box, and there might be even more locations for you to explore. As we know that sometimes size is also a concern for some other applications in limited spaces. Now, what about network for those limited spaces, for example, like the interiors of some robots and more? Next up, presenting you our mini-size modem for all these applications. Let us take a look on the market demands for these modems. For the industrial and enterprises, there is a rising trend to attain high-speed internet and large network coverage for the applications. And moreover, due to the growth factor of increasing use of data processing analytics, the market is definitely going to expand and grow widely. Such as industries like process, heavy manufacturing, they are using this M2M communications more widely, so as to increase efficiencies for their machines. And regardless of mobile or non-mobile devices, these M2M communications, they are expected to drive the 5G IoT market. Milesight's 5G dongle will be the appropriate modem to provide networks to machines and robots, and even for general purpose applications. And here featuring our pin-size UF51 5G dongle with superb hardware functionality to be able to provide you with ultra-low latency. To mention that, you could simply use the USB Type-C plug-and-play function to be able to provide data and power transmission effortlessly. You could have fast and efficient deployment via this function. It's small in size but with mighty performance. It's compatible for 5G and below networks for you to enjoy light-speed transmission with its capability. With its industrial-grade characteristics and its compact size, definitely it's fitted for a variety of miniatured embedded applications. It is trustable with these functions like embedded watchdog, fault self-healing, and more. It supports various configuration methods like web interface, command line interfaces, and more. It supports docking with Milesight's intelligent equipment management platform. This means that you are able to remotely monitor and manage your equipment to ensure that this 5G dongle is definitely a trustworthy choice. Next up, to talk about how to use this miniatured modem. On this page here, it is suitable for embedded applications. As you can see, it's really compact in size. You could use it as it fits in limited spaces, such as interiors of machines, like placing it in driving cars, VR machines, AGV robots, and also interiors of these telemedicine machines, to provide them with rapid and stable wired network access. Like the adoption of AGV robots and mobile machines, they are increasing in amount across the world. In this case, for mobile and on-the-go devices, it is able to provide light-speed connection. Then the 5G dongle is the perfect candidate for that. Last but not least, have you ever wondered 5G plus AIoT functions in IPC? Last but not least, to conclude the products part, to feature out our IPC. And before we start looking on the product, I'm going to talk to you about some of the market demands of typical IPC market. As we know that there are some unsolved pain points and in reflecting the required market demands for typical IPCs. In typical IPCs market, it requires either wired networks or routers to be able to provide them with network access. But now, no more hassles to have those complicated wirings for your network access, as wireless conveniency is now achievable with Milesight. As typical IPCs, they do not have their own high-speed network access, therefore causing you poor monitoring effect or even laggy situations due to the high latency. In this case, IPCs they are only available to access visual informations like images or videos. This means that they are not smart enough and the data and informations are so limited. And then now presenting Milesight's revolutionary product here, 5G AIoT IPC here, is the next generation video surveillance leveraging 5G, IoT, and AI. No more hassle of installing extra LoRaWAN gateways, as it has the embedded gateway within it. And therefore it has the characteristics of LoRaWAN gateway to be able to provide users with a wide coverage and low power consumption. Therefore, you are able to combine LoRaWAN sensor data with the IPC's visuals. Additionally, as stated from its name, we have a built-in 5G module to be able to provide you with both technologies. And then having 5G to support smooth real-time monitoring with high-quality visuals. Have you ever heard of AI functions for an IPC? And there it is here with Milesight. It's intelligent with AI deep learning and functions to be able to learn from visual information collected and raises efficiency in security monitoring. As I could proudly say that this 5G AIoT IPC is definitely a splendid combination of LoRaWAN gateway, AI functions, and 5G, and therefore forming this product. It is able to communicate and ingest data from IoT sensors and visualizing data. With those powerful AI chips empowering our product here, this brings out various functions of this IPC here. First, the built-in AI deep learning algorithm. This means that it will collect and calibrate samples, then learn and train itself using those informations collected to be able to provide more accurate detection. Second, this IPC is focused on these video surveillance functions. It has rich AI functions like VCA, people counting, face detection, and capable of recognizing attributes, traits of humans. As we know that vehicles and humans-related events, they are really imperative in security monitoring. And the filtering is supported to better optimize the efficiency. Last but not least, for an IPC camera, it has brilliant detection rate and accuracy to ensure you a smooth product experience. Heading up to some of the highlights of this 5G AIoT IPC here. It's equipped with high-resolution graphics to ensure you excellent visual informations. Supported by the Super 3-in-1 WDR Pro, it means that you will have clearer images and also Sony sensor delivering you excellent performance for those low illumination monitorings. Its IP camera is suitable for both outdoor scenarios with Milesight's refined hardware protection. You could use it for both indoor or outdoor uses. Nonetheless, it's reliable with its industrial-grade operating temperature range, functional ports for you to join in with alarms, audios, serial ports, and more. To conclude, it will be really a breeze to install this, as it's compact in size and easy to install without any specialized technicians to help you to do so. After talking about this product, what about some examples of how to deploy this? And next up on this page, an example of deploying forest fire prevention solution. As we know that usually it's quite tough for us to have wired deployments in forests and ultimately costly to do so. As compared to typical IPCs, we have a built-in LoRaWAN gateway and smart AIoT function. This means that it's easier and more effective than typical IPCs. Moreover, there will be existence of transmission barriers causing high latency rates for typical IPCs. Now, with our 5G AIoT solutions, everything's more effective and efficient. For example, you could be able to have CO2 sensors like our EM500 CO2. It could be able to detect these key values like temperature, humidity, barometric pressure, and finally carbon dioxide. These are the key values to prevent and monitor environments in time. This means that you are able to react in time in terms of some like climate changes like hot weather or dry weathers, as this might cause fire hazards, and with the capability to cooperate along with detected visuals by the IPC and also LoRaWAN sensors data, we are able to achieve precise and accurate detection. And also, you could link this along with the fire alarm to achieve prompt and precise monitoring with the combination of IPC and LoRaWAN sensors. Data access and management will be simpler with Milesight's IoT Cloud for your remote or centralized management anytime, anywhere. And the above forest fire prevention solution doesn't limit our product for its applications. It is suitable for example, a wide range of applications. And let me show you some other examples here. In this page, you could use it for some other applications here. For example, like the harmful gas leakage detection. As we know that the leakage of harmful gases are really dangerous, as the gases is not visible to the human eye, or either it will be too late if precautions weren't taken in time. As in the gas leakage detection, this means that sensors could be used to detect concentration of harmful gases, and then the data collected could be sent over to this 5G AIoT IPC. And with 5G's wireless and speedy transmission, we are able to achieve emergency response with precise linkage. Next up to the temperature and humidity monitoring. For example, in smart farming applications, staffs will be able to have real-time detection and access as data are transmitted using 5G. That means that data are able to be tabulated and shown on Milesight's IoT Cloud to be able to facilitate you and your staffs to have data analyzed, and also you could use it to improve, for example, to create a more suitable growth environment for your crops to increase yields. This concludes the last part of today's sessions of our product part, and proceeding to the last portion of today's session, we'll wrap up today's webinar in this final part. As we know that 5G has been venturing and developing rapidly in these few years, and these are some conclusion of today's session. To conclude 5G's advantages, in this page follow. 5G has the flexibility to support massive IoT connections for a wide diverse of requirements. Then, we are able to say that we could use 5G to transform this manufacturing process by using it to support some critical applications that needs high-speed networks. Last but not least, we believe that 5G has endless opportunities and not limited to certain users or applications. There are even more to be explored for 5G's future developments. And last but not least, the final Q&A session. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Hereby it concludes the end of Milesight's 5G product webinar today. The presentation slides today are available and we will email you if you need it. Feel free to contact us for any questions in mind. Thanks and have a nice day. Goodbye.